Right, this is a video interview response. Somebody who sent me some questions. I'm gonna answer the questions one by one. First question is, how do you apply martial arts to your daily life? Well, martial arts to me, I see eventually is supposed to lead you towards a better way of living. It combines the physical, mental, and spiritual. It doesn't neglect either one. So some people get, the misunderstanding that martial arts is just about combat. But really, the combat aspect is just part of the physical development. But once you get proficient in the physical and you get a deep understanding of the philosophy of the martial arts, you'll see that there's a lot of mental development. First off, in order to get proficient in the techniques, you need to understand the techniques. So in that sense, it is developing your mind. And the spiritual basically combines, where in the West they typically separate everything. They'll have like sports, which is developing physical, and then they'll have something, you might go to school to develop the mental, and then they have like churches, that are supposedly supposed to develop the spiritual. So they separate it all. But martial arts, I see it combines all of it. So you develop yourself in all aspects. So how do you apply your martial arts to your daily life? To me, that question is, martial arts is life. It's not a question about applying it. Martial arts is just life. In what ways has martial arts helped you improve your lifestyle? That's the second question. Well, like I said, martial arts is life. So if you get proficient in the martial arts, you get good at the martial arts, then you will find a better way of living. So your training in, the physical will eventually lead you to become proficient in the mental. And eventually it'll get you to become proficient in the spiritual. Once you get proficient in the spiritual, you'll be able to live at a higher realm. And people that are efficient in the spiritual, for example, would be people like Jesus, people like Buddha, people like Old Soul, Lao Tzu. Some of the greatest sages that have ever lived are proficient in the spiritual. Basically, improving your lifestyle would be transcending yourself from a lot of these things that other people cannot. Maybe you have freed yourself from desiring to take any type of drugs or drinking alcohol. It's freed myself from even wishing to own a cell phone. It's freed myself from even having the desire to own a vehicle or even to drive a vehicle. It's freed myself from the attachment to money and to see that that's not the essence of life. There's a lot of different things. Obviously, in the health respect, it makes you healthier. If you practice it the right way, without harming yourself or others, it can make you healthier physically. Mentally, it will make you sharp. When you understand these techniques, then you will learn to understand other aspects of technicalities, no matter if it's from, school or other subjects. Alright, the techniques kind of represent like a deep understanding of certain aspects of learning. Once you learn that in the martial arts, you can apply it to the other realms, no matter if you're an accountant or any other profession, management. You could apply that learning that you've applied to the martial arts to the other aspects of your life. So basically, it is a higher way of living, a more spiritual way, a better way, a healthier way. So rather than, for example, some people may turn to drugs and alcohol and weed for an outlet, for a way of gaining inner peace for that moment. A martial artist will not turn towards that. He would turn to something more healthy and natural, such as meditation. Meditation will give him that present moment, that feeling of the present moment, that experience of the present moment. Ultimately, being in the present moment, meditation is ultimately the most important aspect of the martial arts. Question number 3, with many people being busy with their life, jobs, family, money, do you think it is possible to be proficient in the martial arts? Yes, it is very possible because, like I said, martial arts is life. So, when you go to that job, when you're spending time with your family, when you are making money, that's all a part of the martial arts to me. Life is martial arts. Basically, martial arts should lead you towards meditation. Meditation is being in the present moment at all times. And you can learn to be present in every activity, no matter what you're doing. No matter if you're working, no matter if you're spending time with your kids or your wife, no matter if you're doing whatever. That awareness is meditation. That ultimately is the most important aspect in the martial arts. So martial arts is life. So everybody, no matter what their profession, no matter how much they have time, they have the ability to be aware, be in meditation. That is one of the most important aspects of the martial arts. And as far as the physical development, the fitness, the combat techniques, it doesn't take that much time out of the day. Even an hour is proficient to stay healthy physically and to practice some of the combat techniques. So yes, everybody has the ability to be proficient in the martial arts no matter how busy they are. Question number 4, in what way does your lifestyle affect your family? Well, if you live a healthy lifestyle, your family will be able to follow your example. So it'll have a positive effect in your family. If you live an unhealthy lifestyle, then it'll have a negative effect on your family. So as you become proficient in the martial arts, you will be able to create positive energy. And when you have this positive energy, then you could spread this positive energy to your family and provide them with positive energy. So if anything, as a martial artist, if you practice it in the correct ways, then it can have a positive effect in your family. But if you practice it in the wrong way, if you become more violent, angry, and full of hatred, then it will affect your family in a negative way. So, for example, if from the martial arts you learn to eat healthier, and then you are the one that grocery shops and you buy all healthy foods, then the people in your family are more likely to eat healthy as well. If you, for example, in the martial arts have trained yourself to exercise for 1 hour every day, then the people in your family may learn, to pick up on that habit as well and take care of their bodies in that way. So it's about developing yourself. As you develop yourself to become better, you naturally will lead others without notice. So if you become positive, you will encourage others around you to be the same. Number 5, do you see any corruption in the martial arts today? See lots of corruption, to the point where they shouldn't even call it martial arts anymore. It's just fighting that I see. It's so overly corrupted that very few people grasp the meaning of martial arts. And to me,